Hiya foodie folks, and welcome to the channel, Michael's Eats. Today's video is going to be a simple, easy, and delicious Alfredo sauce. Alfredo sauce has 3 ingredients: cream, Parmesan cheese, and butter. I also add fresh garlic because fresh garlic is freaking amazing. Here we go, boys and girls. Grab a snack and a beverage, get comfortable, let's learn how to make easy Alfredo. Okay, foodie folks, here we go. Alfredo sauce. Equal parts heavy cream, butter, and Parmesan cheese. Now, I say equal parts, but I'm gonna add probably most of this. Don't worry, boys and girls, I'm fine. I'm gonna add most of this Parmesan cheese. But first we have to grate it. Before you grate it, and the biggest trick of Alfredo is making sure the butter and the cream are the same temperature. So what I like to do is I add the heavy cream and start warming it up. And when it's the same temperature, it'll combine better. Now, if you're looking for a healthy version of this recipe, look somewhere else. There is no such thing as a healthy version of Alfredo because it's made with cream and cheese and butter. If you don't make with cream and cheese and butter, it's not Alfredo sauce. Now, you might be noticing I'm not calling it fettuccine Alfredo because I don't use fettuccine. As I said in the intro, not a fan of fettuccine. I like Penne or Rigatoni, one of the 2 pastas with the lines in it, because the sauce will stick to the lines better. Alright folks, we're going to heat this up, and while this is heating up, I am going to grate some Parmesan cheese. In order to grate this cheese, we have our fancy shredder. It's a pretty common kitchen tool. I like to use this side. And here we go. If you watched in my first few videos, I've used mozzarella cheese and I've put it in the freezer to make it harder so it's easier to cut. This cheese is already hard, so you don't need to put it in the freezer. It's hard enough to grate all by itself. Now when you grate Parmesan cheese, you grate all the way up to the rind, which is this part right here. Now I save the rind, I put it in soups, you could put it in other sauces. I'm just not going to use it in here. Here we go, boys and girls. Boom. Now, I'm going to grab a regular size whisk, not a tiny whisk, a regular size whisk. You might notice this whisk is covered with vinyl or plastic. And that's, if I was using a non-stick pan that was Teflon coated, this is what I'd want to use. This is a stainless steel pan, you can't scratch it, but these are the whisks that I have. I'm going to go ahead and add the butter and let the butter melt. And mix this together. Once it becomes one deliciousness of a pool of butter and cream, then I'll start adding the Parmesan cheese. Now, this isn't one of those recipes you really want to do in advance. You certainly can do it in advance and just keep it warm on the stove. Maybe keep it covered so it doesn't get a skin. But it doesn't reheat that well. It can be reheated. It doesn't microwave very well. It can be reheated on a stovetop, but you don't want it to separate. What could happen if you heat it too fast, the butter and cream will separate. So you can see this butter is melting quite rapidly. Means it's good and up to temperature. And once it's completely melted, we will go ahead and start adding some cheese. Now, this can also be kind of messy, folks, because you're going to have to constantly whisk it. So just be wary of that. All right, I think that butter is already melted. Just gonna whisk it and make sure it's all incorporated completely. Nope, there's still a tiny little piece of butter. All right, now we're gonna start adding cheese. I add a decent sized handful at first, and you wanna whisk. Now, if your whisk doesn't reach the corners of your pot, you're gonna have to get a spoon and start cleaning out the corners, because cheese could coagulate there. It's a good word. Cheese could end up there and you won't be able to stir it. I'm gonna turn the heater down a little bit, the burner down a little bit. We're gonna add some more cheese. Now you wanna add the cheese a little bit at a time, or else it won't all be incorporated. You can see how thick it's already becoming from the cheese. Now, a trick that I do for Alfredo is I add fresh garlic. I know, you're shocked based on the rest of my recipes and videos. Fresh garlic. Now, I did make garlic bread. Hopefully you watched that video. There will be a link somewhere in this general area of the video, as well as in the description below for that garlic bread video. But what happened is I didn't use all the butter for the garlic bread, and I'm going to use that garlic butter. It has a little Parmesan and parsley in it. Not Parmesan, it has a little parsley in it. Okay, we're almost done adding this cheese. Now, we're not going to use all the cheese because we're going to use some to top with. So if you're grating cheese, you might as well put it on the pasta when you're done. So this is an electric burner that I use basically for videos. You can use it for camping, or if you need an extra burner for an event or something. It's a Sonavo. I got it on Amazon. It was highly rated. All right, the rest of the cheese we're going to add. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we just got to taste it. So take a clean spoon. I like to just go around the corners, just like I said before. Make sure there's no cheese sticking there. Here we go, folks. It's hot. Needs a little something. Needs some garlic. Let's add the garlic. So this is the garlic that I use to make garlic butter that I used to make garlic bread with. We will take the garlic, put it in a Alfredo. It's good stuff, people. Alright, I'm going to turn the burner down as far as I can get it. Incorporate that butter and garlic, and we're just going to let this sit for a little while and get all happy, let all the flavors get to know each other, perhaps go on a date. Why don't you guys go ahead and refill your snack and beverage if you have to, and stand by. Alright, foodie folks, I simply took my pasta, cooked it as per the package directions, added some Alfredo after I drained it. We'll put it on a plate here. Make sure everything is coated completely. Then we'll take a little fresh Parmesan on top. And of course, fresh parsley. And there you have it. Simple, easy, delicious Alfredo. Basically 3 ingredients. I gotta try it. I'm using kid fork. So good, so simple. It really is simple. 3 ingredients plus garlic, like I like to use. Yeah, that's good stuff. Guys, I hope you like this video. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what kind of pasta you like and if you like this video. And if you haven't done so already, if you could consider subscribing, I'd really appreciate that. And then go ahead and click that notification bell so you know when I release a new video. Thanks, guys. See ya. Chicken parm. No, not chicken parm. That was the first video. So, in order to grate this triangle, we have our fancy Schrader